Hey there, Adam. Yeah, I was doing a few last minute things, which took longer than expected, but at least finished those. I have no idea what channel you posted. Well, I think you posted a playlist or something. Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw they uploaded that. As it's not all the episodes, but yes, they at least finally did upload those episodes. But yeah, so today I'll be taking a look at the Studio Series 41 Scrapmetal. Yeah, there's. So yes, I'll be taking a look at the Scrapmetal figure. Finger, going through all three modes. Robot mode, alt mode, combine mode, accessory backdrop, how we do it here. So I'll quickly go over some of the other camera setup. Yeah, so then there will be this one. I know Long Haul is the next one, and then I believe it's High Tower. Then there's a few other figures, like the Silent Prime, that Jet Shatter, Series Blade Swing. Yeah, I know. He literally came back to check it a few minutes ago. Right, well, 2 minutes ago. I was doing a few other things before I had to. I didn't see my time. But yes, at least you. Oh, come on, there's always last minute things you have to do before you go live. That's why it took me so long to go live actually last night. So I'll quickly swap over to the other camera. But yes, I did see you posted the link to the Hasbro post where they posted the Transformers show. So yeah, quickly swap over to the other camera. Well, where at least the figure is at. Let me see. Greetings, Ultimate Wolf. How are you doing, Adam? There, just a quick second, and the camera is back on. I need scrap metal, but yeah, it's an interesting figure. Here, but yes, he does form the left arm to Devastator. I should probably rephrase that. He forms the lower left arm to Devastator. Devastator is an 8-bot combiner. He's the second out of this line. For the Studio Series line, he does form part of the left arm. He's number 41 in this lineup of Studio Series. But yeah, talk to Matt Strager. He's the one who'll be selling the figures. Selling you that figure. Yes. Yes, the left fingers at least for Kamima. Sorry, just quickly checking that has that victory. Also have a victory saber. Oh. Yeah, it's a deluxe figure. It's the way how they broke Devastator down is there's 4 Voyagers, 2 later classes, and then there's 2 deluxes. Both deluxes form the arm. Well, both deluxes form the left arm. 2 of the Voyagers form the feet. 1 forms the right arm, and then 1 forms the head, while the leaders form the torso. But I'll get to the leaders, the next Voyager, and next deluxe later. Which I believe those are actually next week, the next Voyager and deluxe figure from the Devastator lineup. But it's an interesting figure. The details are really good. But anyways, before I take a look at that, I actually take a look at the backdrop you get this figure, and it does come with 1 accessory, which it's really easy, but it's more for alt mode. So this is the backdrop. It's the Pyramid Desert battle scene, where you see a Devastator fighting right down there. You can see there's the Autobot symbol generations. Bottom, Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen. Transformers here. Granted, I don't have the original box that this figure came with, but for almost all the next, like for, I believe, High Towers I still have. But Scavengers and Scrapper, I the other boxes I don't have, but I at least have their backdrops and their accessories. And fun. Studio series right there. It does say 41 at the top. This can be extended if you want, so that way it's more. Well, you can see this picture, this backdrop a little bit. Which granted, I'll probably be mostly using their backdrops as their backdrop for the Studio Series videos. So I'm going to frame that figure a little bit more in camera. And frame. And then I'm just going to like angle it so that way it's right there, and I'm just going to balance it out. Granted, that whole side near the wall isn't even balanced. So I probably actually bring this back a little bit more at that angle. There, that way it looks more straight. I'm just trying to at least get that best I can in the frame. Oh, that's again. There. And I'm also looking at it straight on. There. I could probably bring the camera a little bit more forward. There. That's the full backdrop in frame. Hooray for backdrops. Well, that even looks a little better. There. And yeah, see, it does have a 5-cent port. But I'll show that off later. So here, I'll quickly take a look at his accessory, because there is a little molding detail on it. Not a lot, but there's some molding detail on it. So this is his accessory. So here you can see there's, granted, this is going to be more, you'll see it's more in alt mode than robot mode. So you can see there's that little detail, there's that peg, right, part of that peg right there. Did you ever watch any of the other Transformers reviews? Yes. Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. But there's that shielded little detail right there. Lines. If you look on the underneath, you can see the molding detail. Right there. But yeah, I do watch a bunch of the other Transformers reviewers too. Okay. Like who? Oh, there's so many. I watch like MGO 316. One of them is one of them. Like Vault Matrix. I have a lot of people I watch or who do reviews like Dennis Moulton, aka Godbot. A lot of people. Lex Baldwin, Patriot Prime. This is to readjust the camera. Some of the frames right there. But there's that yellow piece. Which this yellow is throughout this figure. There's that molding again. So this is his accessory. Comes with, I'll set that off to the side. Just watching out because there is a cord right in front of me for the light. So that way I'm not knocked over. But yeah, I watch a bunch of different reviewers. Anyways, let's see the figure. Oh, I see. Did you see? So this is the figure straight out of the box. So like the wheels, the feet. See the sides, which grants it's two different arms. Well, two different parts of the arms, but they do look similar, like the claws, the feet, the detail. Right there, it looks like the treads. It's the back of the scoop with that black part. But that's more for alt mode than anything. But so now you can see like my shoulders. There's a peg. You can see that detail of the head sculpt. Like you can see some of the rails right there on the side of the chest. Lights right there. More rail cut off. So you can see that detail. Now he does have red eyes. But yeah, the front that looks like the paint on mine. It might be hard to see the red eyes. Yeah, you can see them. But he does like have looks like red eyes. But you can at least make out the face, which I'll bring more in light. There, you can kind of see that. There, that's the face. Sculpt. Back of the head. Which that's really good molding for a small deluxe class figure. There, I brought the light more, it's more like over the figure. Review station. But there's that, there's the like arm detail, there's the chest detail, you can see like the wheel. Or something like there. Feet. Articulation wise. I can look, well, can't look up. Can look down that much. Can't look that far up. If you rotate it. Full 360, no issues there. Okay. Let's see. The arms, they have the same articulation. Full 360, no issues there. It can go that far out, but if you use the combine mode hinge, you can kind of get it more out. Or if you use this hinge, you could get it more out. But granted, that's more for transformation hinge than anything. I think I brought it to one click up higher. Yeah, so that way. But yeah, so you have that much range of movement. Well, you can rotate it. There is a hinge here, so we can hinge back. all the way hinge forward right there. It's on the ball joint right there at the bicep, so full 360 right there, which grants it's more for transformation than anything, but hey, you get bonus articulation. So you can have the claw straight. Here I'll do on this side. So this bit is a little bit easier. You can close the hand up. The hand will be able to hinge in, and so that's more for transformation. Claws you can open and close. Open, close all the way if you want. Which they have their own little bit of transformation once we get to that part. Okay. But there, so that way you at least see like the claw. There is no waist articulation. He does technically have an ab crunch, but that's more for alt mode, but I can at least show it off. More for transformation. There, so if you unhinge that, but granted that just exposes things. So yeah, that's not really a joint. Okay, legs, they can go this far out. There is a cut at the top of the tread, so stop it right there, so you can just pull it out. Although, you have them do splits if you want. You can have them do the splits. I'll just decide to come in for a second. So, okay. She's gonna get the water break. Oh, quick water break today. Okay. So yeah, like I said, they can go that far out. Well, they can't do full 360. They can go that far forward and about this far back. Just gonna line out. It does have a thigh swivel. Full 360 due to his transformation. That it does not have a knee joint. I could kind of say that's a knee joint. That just hinges back. Granted, the treads can be fully extended, but that's more for alt mode. But you can see the kind of think that's like a knee joint. Well, reverse knee joint, but or you can like hinge that forward if you want. But it's more supposed to be like this for robot mode. Feet can go down that far, so front one can go all the way down. And that's they could go up to there for combined mode articulation. Combined mode. Okay, let me go let the dog out, but let me just send this figure back up. Below stand. Okay. Get for your S6 too, Okay, there, she's gone. Right, so there's that for articulation. Granted, you can have like the arms like this, or you can have how I put it sideways, so that way they give them like more claw effect. I said I already know. So there's that. This arm has the same articulation. So the shield can store on the figure. Let me just bring him back a little bit and have him lean forward. So if you, well, maybe you can bring the camera down a little bit since it's more deluxe figure and not doing a big figure yet. There is a port underneath. This is for robot mode / combined mode. Robot mode and combined mode. So that will just peg in to that port right there to give them like a shield. Granted, you could, and then also on this side, you'll see more in robot mode. That's hidden. See like little molded part right there, molding right there, and there's that. So I'll just put the shield back in to and like you have it at that angle, so that way it gives them like a little shield or something. But there's the shield. Alright. Now for comparison time. And then I'll show how I'll pose him and talk about all three modes of his transformation. Well, all three for his 3 different modes. You just bring the camera a little bit forward because he's going to be deluxe, so it's going to be a little smaller. Here he is with the Dark Limit Prime. The Revenge of the Fallen Prime is actually in its truck mode. I could have probably swapped it around, but the Revenge of the Fallen version of mine has at least loose speed, so he'll just fall over a lot. But there he is with the Dark Moon version. So you can, it's going to be the same height as the Revenge of the Fallen version of Prime. Granted, this one just comes with the trailer instead. There, so you can at least get like a sense of how big he is compared to Scrapmetal. Or I'll put him right behind. So he comes up to Prime's chest. Or his abs right there. Right there. So there's the Dark Moon Prime. Here he is with the Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series Megatron. Not sure if you can hear those dogs barking in the background. Granted, the Megatron does have the DNA advocate, so that's why he has the battle damage face, which you can't even see. So, but yeah, he has the battle damage face. And that claw, low left claw. So there's Scrapmetal with the Revenge of the Fallen version. Megatron, because there's a movie 1 version, there's the Dark of the Moon version, and we still don't have an Age of Extinction or the Last Night. But granted, the Age of Extinction was Galvatron. But there he is with their, well, they have the Decepticon leader, Megatron. And looks like Scrapmetal is a little bit more leaning to looking to the left. There. Okay, well, I'm just going to set Max back off to the side. And now I'll show how I won't show the team until Scrapper review and, well, Overlord's review. So those are when you will see the team comparisons. All 8 of the Constructicons finally reunited. I don't even know if I'm going to film the bigger bots yet. I'm going to probably bring the camera slightly a bit up. 4 poses. Not sure if you can hear those dogs barking in the background. So, sorry if you could. Those are neighbor dogs, they're not mine. So that's a good thing. So I just bring these arms up on the forward hinge a little bit. And then like I bring them in a little bit at that elbow. And then I put them like claw to claw. That, so you can see I just like hinge this part up a little bit and then hinge that part, bring that part up a little bit, and then I have like the shield right there. And like I believe I do give him that little split kind of look. Somebody looks like he's more angled. It's something like this how I display him. But granted, I've been displaying them as Devastator since I got all 8 bots finally after a long time. There, so you can see that's kind of how I'll display him. Okay, so yes, he does have a flight stand, but it's actually hidden. So the port is actually hidden. So I just got the usual flight stand that I've been using. So you don't see it anywhere on robot mode. Right, so before I probably should show actually how he looks like on the display base. Now that's just completely messed up. I'm just trying to rearrange. Granted, if I had room, I would put him on the display base. But there he is on the display base, so you can like see the background. Okay, backdrop. Okay, so if you lift up this hook in a bucket of it, you can see there's a port right there. That's the light stand port. Above the combined mode joint, well, one of the combined mode parts, which I won't talk about until we get to combined mode. So I'm just gonna repose him slightly, so it's not taking me forever. And yes, he will hold the weight, so I'm just gonna bring that barrel down. It will hold the weight on that light stand. It won't be falling over anytime soon. So like if you want, you can like bring one leg forward, one leg back, or like have it at that. But so that way it looks like something like that. Granted, I'm just doing it quick. So if you want, you can pose him anywhere. You can literally see he's not even touching the ground. The port is a little bit up higher, lower, which that's where it should have been lower on Rampage, but it's fine. There is a little bit of molding there, but I'll talk about that for when we go talk about his alt mode details. Speaking of alt mode, let's transform Scrapmetal into his alt mode. So I'm just going to quickly stand him back up. Well, stand him back up and how he was like it for the opening shot. You just bring the legs in, straighten out these legs. Okay, there. So that way there's both legs done. Well, I'm just re-standing back up. Okay. Probably actually re-lower the camera because, well, Ransom's gonna be a little smaller vehicle. And just quickly standing him back up into how I had it before I started posing him. And yes, you're gonna have to remove the shield because that's gonna be parts for me. Okay, let me just make sure that's everything I can really tell. I'm just gonna bring that claw down so it sits more flush to the robot. Wait, let me just. Nope, parts are coming undone because I'm putting a little too much pressure. There. I'm gonna set the show piece off to the side. For a second. Had to sneeze, so I quickly muted the mic. Okay, so now just gonna bring that figure back. Okay, let me just probably actually could also bring this camera back a little bit. And alright, so now I'm gonna say I don't have the instructions, but I can at least transform it all into the modes I believe how the instructions showed. So to the back, we're gonna flip this up, reveal that. It's just peg this and just lower that down so it sits where the sun doesn't shine. You can see like there's the back spine, which granted we'll see that in a second. Okay, so come to the hands now. Pause, I need it. There. Fold up. You can do two ways. Push this up and then push that up. That's one side. Do the same over here. You could do it from before you put it in. You could push this part in, and then that one just pull in. Okay, so there's that. Now we're gonna come to the leg assembly. We're just gonna leave it like this for now. Well, we actually could bring this back, and that will back in. So bring that back. If you see, there is a port. So peg right there. Small little port up there. Just want to hinge this up, and now that was peg in there. There. Now this is where you want to make sure this fits more forward. Okay, you're gonna rotate this one arm all the way around, so that way so you can see this window. Now let me make sure that's on camera. So you can see how this way you just want to rotate that whole part around, and then you can bring this up. Okay, like that. And now just lower this down. This will line up with that window, that little rail there. Peg that into the port, to the tab. Let me undo that. Okay. So if you see, there is like a upside down T-tab right there. There's that little like T slot. Just peg this window piece in this tab, right? That tab in to the connection, and that will be alt mode. And just because sometimes when you're doing that, sometimes the rail can be misaligned, so just try to align that up. Right, something like that. So now this side is going to be different than the other one. You're going to rotate in, so that way, if you see, you're just going to rotate, so that way, because look, this side has the port for robot mode. You're going to rotate it, so that way this claw will be facing out. And like you can see, like this little hexagonal pattern thing. So just fold that in on the double hinge. It's a tabby cat. Yes, a tabby cat. So then just bring this down, bring that down, just try to line this up as best you can so you can see that detail. Right there. So that way it looks like the rails are aligned. Up, up, and then. So it's going to look something like this, because we're not done with this part, but we'll take a look at this later. Because now that's going to be the whole back of the alt mode. Here you can see like the rails, which the rails are soft plastic, or rubber, yeah, soft-ish plastic, a little bit hard plastic. And granted, you just want to make sure they're staying in their notches. This side, I can't get it to sit all the way flush. Granted, I could just like send down that peg or right in that port. I'll do that later off camera anyways. So bring this assembly back, since we brought it forward, so we can do that whole arm bit. So you know this is where that I was talking about, like the waist joint. I want to do this section first. Pull it, untap it. So that way the feet just sit and the feet forward, and then just pull it down. So he could still stand while you're transforming him. Okay, there. Now you're gonna pull, like just get your fingers around this piece and pull the head up, and then that will pull the whole back out, so you can like see his spine, whole details, spine details. So push that, rotate the head on the ball joint. Rotate all the way, so that way it will sit right there, and then just push this down right there, and now just push that up. Because now that way the head hides away, back in there. So, okay, and now we're almost done with alt mode. You can rotate the legs now, or, well, one way. I'm just showing you like two different ways, because you can either do it two different ways. Sliding the treads down, feet. This is gonna be one side of it. And so I'll show it again on the other side. Want to make sure that's straight. You want to, there is a 2 slots, which I just saw that was off camera. So I'll get it on the other side. So that way it's, saves me time. Instead of doing multiple parts on the camera. Granted, I'll have to do it again for combine mode. Yes, before I already know you can't see. I'm just quickly. There we go. Okay. Yes, it's a tabby. Okay. Okay. So here, straighten this bit out, and now see that forms the shreds all the way. And rotate that thigh swivel. Just hold out the upper joint and rotate the lower. Pull down that. Makes this straight. Pull this bit down and down, so that way they sit straight. And now you're just gonna rotate them around so they will come forward to the back, come to the back. You can see there is a tab right there. There is a slot right there. Slot right there. And the tab right there. Tab right there. And then there's that slot right there. If you look on the leg, you can see there is a tab, slot there. And then this, that will sit in that slot. So you just want to align this whole assembly up, part up, do the tab one first, and then do that other slot last. Make sure the legs are flat, or well, threads are aligned, and then just push up on that foot right there. So that way that will form the back of the all mode. You can bring this a bit down, which I'm just quickly putting that in position. Last bit. Yes. So now they're allowed to bring the camera down a little bit because it's a smaller figure. Okay. There. I'll probably bring that back so I have more room to work. And now how the shield, how you use this peg in robot mode to plug it into the arm. Now there's no peg. Like you see, there's these 2 tabs. Right there, there's 2 slots. No 2 parts sticking out. You just want to peg that in. And it can only peg in one way, because if you do it this way, then that will sit off. Sit off. I wish they were all green. Alright, yes. And now this will just sit at the back, that will be your further locking for the arm. So you just want to line that up with those 2 slots and peg in. Yeah, but that was like a deep money thing. Okay, I thought I just heard something snap on the figure while I was transforming it. So hopefully nothing broke. That's only, what was a $20 figure? There we go. I just didn't have everything pushed together all the way. But now that fully locked it in. And the feet. So clean, undone. That's what I heard. But yes, there is 8 of them. So let's be doing this 6 more times after this review. Well, for the Constructicons at least. But there, I got it fully tabbed in, which you sometimes listen to do off camera. There is Scrapmetal. Done in his alt mode. So you can like see the details in the back fully done. You can see there's the treads as I suddenly bumped the camera. Treads, there's that side railing, side rails, too. There, that looks a little bit more straight. There's the treads, there's the back of the figure right there. Side of it, just there, other side of it. Here's the underneath. If you want, there, you can literally just see nothing. The legs are collapsed. You can't see where the hands go. You can see the back of the head. And then there's like now on this side, you can see the cockpit. Then what looks like almost metallic blue, but it's not.
right there with the black. In the front, you can see that blue right there. And like you can see the black where the pistons, like the wiring go on the shovel part. There's that. There's like, look underneath, you can see like some wire molded detail. See like a little detail in this scoop section right there. Now the alt mode does have slightly posability, but I'll quickly go over that. I'll do comparisons. I mean, like combine mode. So for posability, granted, I'm also looking through the camera. I'm not even actually seeing the actual figure, so with the camera. So I'm just gonna work my way from the back. So this can go that far. Well, not that far forward, where it sits, but it could go that far back if you want, which you could collapse in. This hinge can go, well, that far back, that far forward. For a robot for transformation, this one had this bucket piece, as you see, it's on that one hinge, so you can hinge all around. So if you want, you could. Well, granted, if you're like if you're a stop motion, small scoop. I bet he has scoop envy. Yes, especially with the scavenger and scrapper is bigger scoop. But so if you want, you can like give him to the fact if you're a stop motion person, you could get the effect like he's like picking out the dirt with it and then raising the scoop up if you want. And then like, you know, dumping it at another part or dumping it in long haul's back. And then it's not my long haul because long haul's the dump truck, so you could just dump it in long haul's back. You want just like that's a little detail for articulation. There he is with the backdrop with the combined Devastator silhouette. Bring this up again. Okay, now I'm just going to quickly do the two alt mode comparisons, then we'll talk about combined mode transformation. Alright, so here he is with the original Scrapper, or sorry, Rampage Skipjack wasn't what they called him in the Studio Series line. Which no, I'm not going to skip the Skipjack mode. I already have Rampage. But here is the original Deluxe Rampage that only had the two modes, robot and all mode. Well, the other one had the one that could have the robot, have the all mode, and the combined mode. Well, all mode and combined mode for the Supreme class. Like, oh my god, Josh is here. He actually made it early, not at the ending of the review. Hey, Josh. I was just pulling up that smokestack stack. Or there was the Legends class, which I had all three modes, but this one's much more better, accurate in the scaling too. So that's the original one, right there. Scrapper, Scrapmetal, and then here he is with the Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. Adam, we didn't even have to summon him. He showed up randomly. So now there is Prime. And Scrapmetal probably should actually have it straight. Granted, he's a deluxe compared to Voyager class thing. Voyager class figure. How are you doing, Josh? So there's that. But yes, you could totally see that Prime wins in scale wise. Well, much bigger scale. Yes, how are you doing, Josh? Okay, yeah, just don't respond. Okay, I see how it is. Okay, now I'm gonna transform him into combine mode. So I'm probably gonna have to bring the camera up a little bit lower. I've been better. Oh, so it's one of your rough days then? Okay, there. So here I'm actually sitting where I can actually sit. This is like the only place I can sit when filming a video review. Because granted the chair wouldn't reach up to this height. And that's over there with the computer on the other end. But so now I'm just going to transform it into combine mode. Josh Juice. He already showed up, so that Josh Juice didn't work tonight. Okay, so untap this end. You just want to untap the shell to grant it your pegs in tight, which you probably shouldn't have pegged it in tight. There we go. And that's actually doing some of the bits of transformation. Hold on. Probably also should have said, so how Rampage, you have to basically go into transform and almost undo all the steps to get him into combine mode. Scrapmetal, you don't have to, you kind of have to do it with Scrapmetal. You don't have to do like through the head sometimes. Well, I was typing and didn't see wolf. Oh, okay. Hey Adam, waving hand. I didn't know. That's how I know when you're typing. I can't see that. I wish it would, do a little indicator typing, but it's okay. So you want to remove that shell piece. Set that off to the side. I can actually bring that figure back in. Okay, so now we're gonna basically do the feet. We're gonna do this whole upper some of the last, which the feet is easy. So just straighten this out. Bring these down. Some of them are straight, like how they were before you pivot them up. Okay, there we go. That tab came down. So just bring those down. So now we're gonna work with the arms for combine mode. Alright, yeah, I just brought it almost all the way down. Bring that forward. Okay, there, that's a good angle. So Josh, can you still play Pred tonight, or is your wife hogging the TV still? So pull this hole out. I identify today as a black gay woman today. Why? Question mark. What does he become, a foot? No, Josh, he becomes an arm. Rampage, the bot from Tuesday was the foot. He becomes an arm. So we want to untab that and then bring this back up to right there, and then untab this end. And granted, we're gonna rearrange everything and then just flip out the claw. To each of his own. That's one end of the claw. Devastator, which granted I don't think I have this bit in its correct orientation. Granted I'll rearrange it, but so you want to kind of want to do 4 fingers on the left hand, yes. I know, but I'll explain. So you want to untab that. You want to rotate this bit around so that way, and then you also want to untab this so that way it sits more at an angle. Right there, and then straighten this bit out, tab that in. Just okay. You can kind of push the feet back up. It won't go all the way up. Some of them are a little bit more extended. Bring this up, and then just flip out that piece. Granted, now this will form a claw for Devastator. So he has one giant claw, and so there's that. I haven't tried to transform a transformer in about 10 years. Oh god, you're gonna hate it. Then okay, so now you want to, before you bring this main claw back, you want to flip out the combiner peg. Granted, it was tight on mine, so I actually had to loosen this peg. Where is it, Adam? It's 4 fingers. It's 4 fingers, Adam. But I'll explain. Hold on, so I had to get a tool to help me pull this bit out. Even after I loosened it, it's still tight. There we go. So there, I just brought the peg out. Okay, let me just straighten this bit out and then just rearrange the claw. There. That's his hand. Well, his claw assembly. His claw. Combine mode. There, I can at least have it stand. So, granted, how I just said to Adam how he has four claws on this hand. Hightower connects to here, and then he becomes the shoulder. We got Hightower. The next bot we're looking at next Thursday actually is he has the other finger for this hand, so he's only because he is the one who connects to Devastator to the shoulder. But this is part of the hand. So next week we'll be taking a look at the next foot and the next hand. 2 toys in one. So there's that. But so this is the combined mode hand. It's the right arm that only has the 3 fingers, Adam. So I'm going to sit here for kind of posability that can hinge back. So you have all this joints right there. This can hinge forward. At that one base hinge at the elbow, then these can hinge back and then forward. Granted, this is and then this one has all that range of movement like I talked about. Hightower is the thumb and yes, the upper shoulder. But hey, granted, I can set him right there. Granted, I won't show you how to combine the figures until I can get to the Devastator. Final bid. Granted, won't sit right, but yeah. So that's combine mode. So you see it's just these fingers, and then there's the combine mode peg. But yeah, so this will be one of Debbie. So that's now how I say I set the shield to the side. This shield actually goes onto a part of Overload. Overload is I believe what they are calling him for the Studio Series one. Yes, it's Overload. So he will be later. He'll be like the last video, which I'll show you where this shield goes. Granted, if you've seen the five fingers plus that bonus finger, you're ready to see where that shield goes. Remember, so I'm going to quickly swap over to the other camera and do the final thoughts. So I'll see you there.
Yes, Adam, Hightower is the thumb for combine mode, because he forms the upper shoulder, while Scrapmetal forms the lower hand for Devastator. But Scrapper forms he's the one with the 3 fingers for Devastator mode. And I won't show any pictures of Debbie until we get to Debbie. So I believe next week we are taking a look at actually Long Haul and then Hightower. So the review those two. Like I still need to do the reviews for the Jet Shatter, the Sentinel Prime, the Bumblebee movie Blitzwing, the Dino figure, and the rest of the construct guns too. So there'll be that. So a bunch of those reviews too. Maybe a few model kits too. You never know. But yes, you can find but there's that. Anyways, you can find the Ultimate Wolf and Gaming on Twitch. Debbie has the balls. Yes, speaking of which, that's an upgrade kit. Only it doesn't come with the actual figures, unfortunately. But I might have got that DNA upgrade kit. So there's 2 ways I can possibly do the DNA upgrade kit. When I get to the figures that parts go with, I can show where the parts go with, so I don't have to go. I'll explain it a lot better, but Because like there's a few parts that fit for a few pieces on alt mode for a few figures, and then some you have to transform them into get to them. Certain mode, I'll go talk about that when I get talk about the client mode for that upgrade kit. But like a few parts go for alt mode, and then one for like scum. Showing how I have to transform that figure 3 times because it works in all 3 modes, showing that, So if it arrives before I do the on-call review, and then yes, that's the kit I am talking about, Josh, which is like $50. And then it does have the pre-order bonus, so like the balls, a few other things that will fix combined mode. But I'll probably just do that whole kit in a whole separate video after I complete the Mighty Devastator. So, well, I'll think out loud. I'm gonna do that when I get to that video. You can find the Ultimate Wolf reviews and gaming on Twitch, the Ultimate Wolf reviews and gaming on Discord, the Wolf Club server, the Ultimate Wolf reviews and gaming on Instagram. So Josh, let me know when you can play Pred. I'm gonna put these figures away. Well, most of the figures away for the review at least. Yeah, I probably get on around about 12. But yeah, so there's that. I'll be doing that kit and a bunch of other reviews too. Anyways, I've been the Ultimate Wolf reviews and game comment, like, subscribe. So yes, I'm doing one fig tonight. Yeah, so it doesn't take me hours to do it. Anyways, I've been the Ultimate Wolf reviews and gaming. So yes, next week will be long haul and then high tower, and then we'll see who will be after that, or whatever for the order I'm doing these reviews. But yes, one figure a week. So that way it's easier for me. Yeah, anyways, I've been the Ultimate Wolf reviews and gaming. This has been the Transformers Studio Series. Revenge of the Fallen. Well, Studio Series 41. Scrapmetal. Pretty sure they're going Scrapmetal. Next week will be Long Haul and High Tower. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, I've been Ultimate Wolf reviews and gaming. And don't forget, this week I still don't actually know what time we'll be doing it, but me and John Joker will be going live talking about the HasLab Star Saber and maybe a few others. I don't know what time yet. It's gonna be this weekend. Well, hopefully. And that'll be on my channel, so I'll schedule it in a few days. Hopefully I'll find out a time before the stream to Friday night. As it's not even Friday night yet, so. But yeah, anyways, I've been the Ultimate Wolf reviews and gaming.